Hi everybody, welcome to Mo's Corner where I interview artists who I think are. Today I'm interviewing Evan, better known as Sadboyprolific. He's 15 and started about a year ago doing raps on SoundCloud.
First question, how did you find music?
How did I? Oh, okay. That's crazy. So before I had even heard like I had actually heard like what rap was, I would like when I was like 6, like that's when I considered I started like music in general. I would like rhyme stuff a lot, and I would just kind of like imagine it like flowing in a way that sounded really nice. And then I got like when I was like about to turn 7, my mom had like the Marshall Mathers LP first album on CD, and she put it into like the stereo in the car, and like I was like, this is fucking amazing, like what is this? And then like it was rap, and then I got into like music like that.
That's so dope. All right. Second question, what inspired you to do music? Other than that, like what artists?
uh well, I mean, well, of course, like when I first started, like Eminem, like Marshall Mathers, like old Eminem. And then
Hmm.
I started branching out because like all I would listen to was like rock music as like a middle schooler. And then in like 7th grade, I was on YouTube, and I was like I left my like autoplay next video on, and then like this rapper called Atlas pops up, and then
Oh
like I heard their music, and like the first time I heard it, I was like, this is like amazing, like this is a fucking like masterpiece. And then I got into like lo-fi as a whole, and like so like Atlas is probably like my biggest like inspiration, and then like this rapper called Khan, and
yeah.
not really like an inspiration, but like Krush is really dope because I love listening to the different flows he makes, and then I like try to compare and like see if I can like flip differently too. So he's like someone that pushed me to have better flows.
All right. How have your relationships influenced your music?
Oh, so a lot actually, because when I first started making music, like when I first started recording, I was like 14. Like this time last year, like this month, December, I was like 14, and I first got into like music with like Apple earbuds, and I would make like trap stuff. So like it would be me, like acting hard on a beat, which is like really unoriginal. And then I heard like lo-fi, and then I like went through a really bad breakup like this summer that just passed, and like it hurt a lot, and so like I wanted to incorporate that into my music, because like music had like on the low been a way for me to like vent feelings. So like after that, just like anything in my life that was really big and that impacted me in like a deep way, like that's what I would include in my music, and that was usually like heartbreak and stuff like that.
Wow, that's cool. um, do you consider yourself a big rapper?
No, not at all. Like I don't really care about how big I get, because like I don't do it for like the fame or whatever. Like I could care less if like as long as one person hears my stuff. But like I don't think I'd ever consider myself like a big rapper, just because that's how I don't see myself like that ever. Like if even if I was sitting on like a couple million fans, like I just see myself as me, like a person. Like at the end of the day, like behind the followers, you're just a person. Like so I would never consider myself a big rapper. But like if other people said it, and it like became a wave, then I would assume so. But I'm not yet. So yeah.
I mean, you kind of are, but okay. EP just came out, which is like amazing. But what do you think we'll be seeing like in the future for your music? Like another EP or an album?
Probably an album, if I can get around to like not getting bored and shortening projects. Hopefully an album. I want that to be like one of my debut pieces. And so yeah, like an album, maybe a couple EPs as well.
So you kind of slowly started to switch up your style. Do you think you're going to be doing that more?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I just feel like nobody stays the same. Like um you're always gonna have to change, because nobody wants to hear the same thing anyways. But I feel like all the styles that I've used like are things that I can go back to because they're my style. Like there's something that I did. So it's like I might, hit like do a song like Alone, and like hit that kind of flow, or like do like a Dead and Cold kind of stop and go flow. Like it just depends.
So you've collabed with like Cam and you collabed with like a lot of other great artists. Who do you want to collab with in the future, and who might you collaborate with next?
So definitely Atlas would be like a really cool thing to do, or like Con. Maybe my bad, I'm sick. Um, Maybe like Cruise. I did hit up Cruise. I hit up
Okay.
I hit up Atlas and Cruise, and Atlas was like, yeah, I'm down to do it. And then Cruise was like $2,000 for a feature, and I was like, oh, I don't know about that cheap, but like those would be some dope people to work with. And like as of like people I'm working with next, definitely Keegan Hayes most likely will be like the next recent feature.
So you are kind of starting to sing. Do you think you're
Hmm.
gonna do it more often or no?
I don't know, cause I'm trash, but um, I might. You can only get better by doing it, and even if it's bad, like art is subjective. So I might try to do it, or if I get better over time, I'll start doing it more, cause I gotta work on like doing my own hooks.
Yeah, true. Um, if you hadn't chose to do music, what do you think you'd be doing now?
I would be dead. No, but I made this pact when I was like, I'd say 11, 12, and it was like, if because music at that point in my life had become like the biggest thing to me, like it was my life. Like that's when I kicked it into overdrive, and I was like, music is what I want to do. And when you're in like a really dark place, and like you have one thing that'll lift you up, it's like, okay, if I don't achieve this, then there's no point. So I told myself, if I didn't make it with music, I'd like probably kill myself. Like, to put it blunt, like it's really stupid, but like it was
Yeah,
just a
no.
pact that I made.
Why did you name yourself Sad Boy
Oh,
Prolific?
okay. I really regret the sad boy part of my name, but when I was 14, sitting in chemistry class, I was listening to some Con, and this song called Concepts 2 came on, and the word prolific was in the song, and I heard it, and like the way that it flowed and just like rolled off like my tongue, I like really liked it, and so I looked it up, like what prolific meant, and then it was like to have large amounts of something, or like something in large quantities, and like back then I had like a lot of sadness, like, and a lot of hate and anger, and
Yeah.
but like I was also very emotional, like I had a lot of different emotions, so I was like, okay, like I'm prolific in that kind of aspect of life. And I was like really sad at that time, and I was 14 and stupid, so I was like, yo, nobody has sad boy in their name. Like I haven't seen a single rapper in my whole life with sad boy in front of his name that actually would, like, I mean, never had I seen it, but like
Yeah.
prolific just rolls so well with it. I don't know.
Okay, last question. What scares you the most?
Ah, okay. Well, probably, like, so like my biggest fear in life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's deep. Oof, oof. I've always had like this fear that like I would like die alone, and not even like die alone, but like just always being alone, because like I'm not religious, so like for me, I don't know what comes after when I die. Like I don't know if it's just empty and nothingness, or like if there's shit out there, like a place like everyone could kick it. And
Yeah.
I just had this fear of like, in the whole, like, as the universe and like time progresses, like I would be alone, just because like when I was like younger, like, and I was like going through a lot of shit, like I was alone, like the epitome of being alone. I had nobody. So like that's always been like my biggest fear, is just like being alone, which is why I'm glad
Yeah.
like Alone is like my biggest song, cuz like my biggest fear is just like that.